What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pockets, and today bringing y'all this Tekashi 6ix9ine news, tragedy, travesty, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm bringing that to y'all. I'm still trying to work on the audio, so it might be low in the video, but I gotta work it out. It's still a lot of stuff I gotta do, but I just needed to get this video out here just because this dude right here, man, claimed Gangsta, wanted to be Gangsta so bad, you know, and he had some legit dudes backing him up, but at the end of the day, it's all about the money. Everything is about money, man. Like, people will do anything for money, and this is why I want to bring this to y'all, to show y'all, man, everybody's not Gangsta, everybody's not hood. The people that's backing you, they probably only doing it for money, because you see, once he cut his team off, what they do, they try to kill this man. And everything is just coming to the light. I mean, we saw this coming. Like, if you didn't see this coming, you're dumb, you're blind. I mean, I thought it would have happened a long time ago, but I thought he was going to get killed. But, I mean, that's what they say. When you live this life, you either going to end up dead or in jail. So, without further ado, man, let's get into the video.
Check it out now. It's all over, people. Tekashi 6ix9ine just pled guilty in federal court. Clearly, he's taken a plea deal with the United States government. And basically, he's copping out to 9 counts of racketeering, conspiracy, firearm charges, and also narcotics trafficking, okay? According to them, he was moving heroin, fentanyl, ecstasy, marijuana. The crazy thing is I've never even seen that nigga taking a drink. However, here's the thing. Because I know what you're probably saying. Damn, that nigga took a deal early. He has a trial that's upcoming in September.
So it says that he appears to be striking a deal with the feds. He's pleading guilty to 9 counts. TMZ has learned. Okay, so it appears that he's striking a deal. You know, it ain't saying that he did, but usually when you made a deal with the feds, especially when you got the kind of charges that he's got, you made a nice little deal with him, and everybody's guessing that he's trying to bring his boys down, which is Treyway. Y'all been following the whole movement, so I'm not even gonna get into all that. If you haven't, there's millions of videos out there. Type in Tekashi 6ix9ine Treyway, it'll come up. Y'all will get it. So go, Bryceland. Always. Can never get a second to myself. They hear me talking, they hear me doing something, they gotta be around me. Alright, so it says he entered a plea on January 23rd, pleading guilty to multiple counts of racketeering, conspiracy, firearms, offenses, and narcotics trafficking. The rapper was initially indicted back in November and had been facing the possibility of life in prison. It's unclear what sentence he'll face now after entering the guilty plea. According to federal docs just unsealed this week and obtained by TMZ, 6ix9ine was involved in dealing heroin, fentanyl, ecstasy, amphetamines. I know DJ just said it, but I can't say it. Y'all try to say it. Y'all over here trying to judge me and shit. And marijuana. The feds say the conspiracy consisted of multiple acts of murder, robbery, and extortion. And these are serious charges. 9 times out of 10, niggas snitch for a lot less, man. If you watch First 48, they be ready to give it up as soon as you put them in that room. Just like old boy said, Mike Epps. He said you get them in that room and what they say. Now I know that you know that the whole hood know. Everybody know who killed Lil Tony. He said first thing they do before they start telling you. Hey, what, this shit is not for everybody, man. And I learned that a long time ago. But we're going to get back into the video. We'll get to some of that later.
But to be honest, what this actually means is that he may have been cooperating with the cops, the government. Now,
quotations,
if you cut
man.
a deal for the cheap
quotations is everything, man. I'm gonna get his man the due diligence of, like, I'm a spare him. He's not guilty. He's not innocent until proven guilty. He's not guilty until proven innocent. I'ma just say he ain't snitching on nobody until he's convicted and them papers come out, because they always come out. Remember that. Because if it was me, I wouldn't want nobody to be like, hey, this nigga done did this, done did that. And then, you know, they judging me before the real shit even come out. So you never know, man.
Eve shit? Did he cut a deal for this entire shit? Is this the deal? What's going to happen? What's his sentence going to look like? Is it right that he took the deal? Keep in mind, him and the other guys he was charged with, he had to be isolated from them because allegedly they wanted to kill him before. Man. I'm just reporting the news, okay? He pled guilty, and that plea is now entered into court, and it's been accepted. So
why is he raping her mouth like that? Like, he is way too into that shit. Like, oh, girl, cute, I ain't even gonna cap, but, and plus, man, she a clout chasing hoe anyway.
We'll see what his sentence will be. Honestly, he might get 5 years, he might get 10 years. I don't see him getting 20 if you're gonna take a deal at this point. Okay, by the way, recently people noticed that there was new indictment. That was a superseded indictment. His name was not on it. Clearly, this news follows up that. And also, people were wondering if he was telling on niggas, which again, we still have to wait to see the official paperwork. But I ain't gonna lie, once you see this, to keep it 100%, once you see this, he was probably cooperating somewhat to have pled guilty.
Little
okay,
baddie.
We don't.
Y'all think they gonna stay together? I don't. Is she gone? She gone. She a little baddie though. They be clout chasing though. As soon as you get locked up, on to the next one. Who else got some money to splurge?
Know how much, to what extent, what he said, what he ain't say. Hopefully we'll figure that out as this whole
niggas real tough when shit going good. Look at that, throwing up gang signs and shit. Niggas real tough when the shit going good.
Goes on. I'll tell you this though, guys. You know, this is a very difficult case for me to even report. Homie's been my friend. When he was free, we were very cool. I didn't know all this criminal side of him. And honestly, a lot of stuff, like, I'm seeing for the first time. I never even saw that nigga with drugs, ever in my life, right? Now, what I do say is this, because I don't know all the details.
Low-key act saying that so they don't catch his ass up on scur-eyed nigga, trying to separate himself from the situation.
With this coming out, I said this, and this is my stance. You know, a lot of the crimes that these guys, the Treyway members, are charged with, a lot of this shit is retaliation or aggression or, like, assaults over rap shit. A lot of rap shit that he sparked either on social media or unnecessarily beefing. I mean, some things kind of came to them. They may have...
And they did. I was wondering the whole time, like, why are they backing this man like this? But when you getting paid from it, to back up somebody, because people claim they hood, they claim they streets, they ride for their hood, they ride for their streets for no money. So to be getting paid all of this money that he was paying them, you know, X amount of dollars, whatever it was, they gonna ride for this man. And he was sparking shit because he know they real hood, they real gangster niggas. Like, these is real street niggas that got into rap. Like, they really do this shit. So to back him, it was nothing, because shit, you getting paid to back a nigga when you was doing it for free all this time.
And themselves, but in a lot of cases, yo, you're kind of the reason why a lot of these guys are locked up. You get me? Because he
bogus treating that ice cream like that though, with that rainbow hair and shit.
Shooting shit up, they're doing whatever to make sure your name is what you're saying it is in songs.
And not only that, not only for his name, but they showing that the hood that's backing him, the 9 Trey Bloods or whoever it is, they showing that shit. They really with the shit. And if they behind this man and he get, you know what I'm saying, he get jumped or he get shot or he get messed with, then it shows, you know, it puts a dent in their legacy or they gang, you know what I'm saying? So they trying to stay solid out here.
And online. Now, if that's the case, I'm not gonna lie, this is not a respectable move. You can't really say it's a respectable move, okay? Because as much as you want to talk about those guys, whatever, if they're doing the crimes that they got charged with just to make you look good and you take the easy route out, sucker shit, right? However, there's another side to this. There's a side that you could look at and say, well, in reality, they kind of separated. They took advantage of him, quote unquote. And also, why would you ever really stand in the line?
All right, now everybody know what happens when you get into this hood shit, man. You don't get into this hood shit not knowing. Like, you didn't accidentally slip, fall, and bump into some hood shit. Like, you know. So it's like, you can't say he didn't know what was gonna happen, or he didn't mean for it to escalate this far. Like, as time went on, he started getting more bold because he was like, damn, these niggas shooting at niggas, they beating up niggas for me. So he really felt like he couldn't be touched, and then he's acting like, you know, he's the kind of kingpin when really, you know, they put him at the top of that, but really he's just a prop. It's just like the president of the United States. He's just a prop for everything. You know, everybody else behind him is the one doing the shit. Like, granted, this president is doing some goofy ass shit, but past presidents, like, it's always like that. The president is usually a prop to everything else. Everything else that's going on is behind the scenes shit. It's behind the scene people doing the shit.
A fire for niggas who were really trying to kill you leading up to you getting locked up. You don't owe somebody who's trying to take your life any loyalty.
You do owe them loyalty. Now, granted, y'all might think that's wrong, but you do, because you knew what it was when you was getting into this shit. You don't get, just because you're the prop, you're still part of what they got going on. And just because they try to take your life and do that, you know that's what comes with it. Go search any gang. Any gang. It don't matter who it is. It could be Serranos, it could be Bloods, it could be Crips, it could be GDs, it could be Vice Lords, it could be Blackstones, it could be what's the names? The Latin Kings. Anybody. To get out, you have to get killed or jumped out. Most of the time it's killed. And it ain't no exception for you, and you just gotta know what comes with it. That don't mean go tell on somebody because you knew what it was. You super gangster, you super tough, you can't get touched, you this, you that, you this, you know what I'm saying, that and the third. Like, you gotta know what's gonna happen when you step into this shit, and 10 times out of 10 people know. They know exactly what comes with it, but when the money's coming fast, the women coming fast, the alcohol coming even faster, and the fame coming even faster than that, you don't think about that shit. You just think about this shit's never gonna end. I got a shit ton of money. I can do whatever I want, and that's false. You gotta know at any given time you can get got by your own mans that's sitting right next to you, having sex with the same females that you having sex with, spending the same money you spending with them, you know what I'm saying, driving the same cars, the same nigga that you done told your deepest, darkest secrets, that's gonna be the one that you fall out with, and then it's gonna come to this shit.
Every man for themselves, okay? Now, again, that's another way to look at it. Some people who also looked at it like, yo, listen, it was a mutual beneficial situation. All I know is a very fucked up situation, not only for him, but for everybody else involved, okay? I met a lot of these guys. None of these guys I ever saw like, yo, that's a bad person. All these guys look like they wanted to make money. They all came from backgrounds that were poverty stricken, and they were trying to do it any way they could. And of course, yeah, they're talking that militant shit, so they got to act on it. And listen, do I agree with the things that I heard that they did? Of course not. But I don't think there's any bad people that's involved in all of this. But were bad things done if we're reading the charges and shit like that? Clearly. All right?
This shit right here.
Probably can't judge the character of 6ix9ine at this point.
Feels me kissing her to be different.
You know why? Because we have to see, why did you check out, like, you bended, you folded, okay? You broke, okay? Stop fucking Treyway anymore. I get it. But everybody else who caught charges for doing shit that was either getting at Casanova, Chief Keef, other people that were in the mix, robbing people, this, that, and third, you basically were the main figure in terms of going at them niggas, or at least talking shit. And listen, maybe we could even say, yo, they had to do that shit to keep the money flow still coming in, because if he looks pussy, everybody loses money. Regardless, man, if you wasn't rapping, if you wasn't Tekashi 6ix9ine, these niggas ain't had to be beefing with some of the people they beefing with, which led to charges. Again, our judgment on his character will probably be coming in the next couple of months as we see how everybody else's case unfolded, and also when we see how he went out, okay? And again, I haven't spoke to him in a while. I did speak to him when he was locked up before, but clearly he has now pled guilty. Don't know when I'm going to talk to him next. You know, it's a very, it's I don't know. It's one of those things, I don't even know how our first conversation is going to be afterwards, because as much as I fuck with him, I want to make sure he didn't do some shit that is dishonorable and really sold everybody out. We will see though in time.
Man, these fools, like I said at the beginning of the video, they done it for a lot less. This is exactly why, man, because I used to be a real street head. Like, I was in the streets 24/7. You know, that's all we did. You wake up, you call your boy, what you doing? Da 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 da. Let's go get a sack. Let's go get some alcohol. We turn up. We going to the club. It was just like that. But then, soon as shit start going sideways, people started dropping. Like, at one given time, I think it was like 5 of my mans was in prison. You know, not jailed, not holding. They was in prison, and that just let me know, you know, this ain't for everybody. And it wasn't because everybody didn't go down because of some snitch shit. But, and everybody in my camp wasn't, you know what I'm saying, wasn't like that. But just people around me, you know what I'm saying, around the city, they're the man that they were with the most, you know, right hand man, you know what I'm saying, best friend, niggas that they done fuck bitches with, niggas that they done, you know what I'm saying, beat up niggas with. They was telling, soon as niggas get locked up and they start talking about them years, these fools started telling, and that let me know I'm gone, because I knew the extent of the shit that we was doing. Like, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, no racketeering, no killing shit, but they could have, you know, they probably could have got us on some crazy ass charges. What they did, they tried to get me and my man on home invasion, you know, and soon as they sat me down in the room, they told me, you getting 7 years, you know what I'm saying, and that's minimum. And I'm looking like, damn. And knowing, then this is why I say, and this is why I can speak on it, and I say that you know what happens when you step into this is because you gotta take whatever happens, no matter how it falls. You know, it wasn't our fault that we went into this guy's house because he invited us in, but just because they got into an argument, he tried to get mad and tried to say that we invaded his house. You know, we got into his house without his permission, and that was bull. And they saw it when I talked to him. You know, I took the stand and everything. You know, played on me and my man's case. I've been on the stands twice for some huge shit, and I was ready to go down for it. But because I didn't fold, here I am, whole family, whole everything, out the game. I'm good. Everything's going lovely. And my mans are good too. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get booked because of some shit I did, but I seen it happen to folks. And that's where I was just like, I was really ready to lose my whole life for some shit that I didn't even do. Actually, it was 3 times. The other time I didn't have to take the stand. They just knew. I don't know how they knew, but they just knew. But like I was saying, I was ready to go down and lose my life for this. And it was just like, everybody isn't like that. They'll say they are, and when the timing is good, everybody's riding for each other. But as soon as it goes sideways, niggas be like, well, shit, I didn't do that, you know, even though it's a bunch of other shit that you done already did. They like, man, I'm not going down for this nigga, you know, he need to step up and take their charge. And that's when your man need to be like, I did it, but sometimes they don't. And then it just falls how it falls, and that's just the life of the streets, and people don't understand that. You know, when you get into this, you gotta know, I might go down for some shit that I didn't do for the rest of my life, or for 7 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And that's just how it go. It's the streets. You riding with your man, you doing whatever, shit goes sideways, and you'll never predict it happening. You don't wake up and be like, man, I'm probably about to have to fight for my life today. No, it's gonna be just like any other day. Y'all gonna be out kicking it, drinking, smoking, whatever, shit gonna go sideways, and then that's just gonna be it. So you just gotta be ready. And I was every single time, man, and that's why I can sit here as a man. And if any of my guys that see this can call me out, but that'll never happen, because I know the situation, they know the situation, and I could get out and I'm solid and be happy with myself and how I did it. Because, you know, I didn't go running because of some shit happened. I went running because niggas was telling on they real niggas, and that shit had me scared. I was nervous. I'm like, man, I gotta lose the rest of my life, when I was ready to lose it anyway, because I was gonna go down for some shit that we all did, or some shit that you did, you know what I'm saying? And y'all is not doing the same. So if it was, you know what I'm saying, if it was flip side, then niggas would have been up on the stand, you know what I'm saying, pointing and giving the whole story to the man. If that don't scare you, boy, you better wake up. you better recognize, because this shit is real.
Tell us what these academics. I know a lot of you guys, y'all get it, man. Yo, you're biased, this and third. Listen, I understand that to the max because, listen, I've been cool and very cordial with him. I know a lot of sides of him that you guys don't know. But also, I'm trying to be fair, and also, like, to keep it real, man, I would feel pretty shitty if I'm backing up some dude who just sold everybody out. Okay? So, listen,
no matter if you like his music or not, me personally, I like it. I'm not going to go through my hoods bumping it because I don't know how they feel about it. Call me fake if you want to. But his shit be smacking at times when you playing the game and he, Dapper Willie nigga, you a Billy nigga in the hood with them Billy niggas and them Hoover niggas. That shit be, I don't know, it's just catchy, so you like it. But no matter what happens, you can't. Like, you can still fuck with them, but you really can't fuck with somebody that do that because all the rhymes, all the raps, all the everything is based around gangster shit. And when you tell, you're not a gangster.